Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Simsala Isa and today we're gonna build a New Orleans style house, a shotgun house if you will, a style that can be found mainly in the French Quarter, I think, of New Orleans. For those who don't know, a shotgun house is basically a style of housing where it's a little boxy, so the idea is if you would shoot a shotgun from the front door, it would go straight through the house and come out through the other end. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Of course, it's gonna have a big old front porch and a beautiful garden, and we have a little balcony off the master bedroom, so it's gonna be fun. So for the layout, I thought about having it in a classic style, so sort of turn of the century furniture. The photo I took inspiration from just showed the front with the blue door and the green windows, and on the right hand side there was a bay window which I tried to put in. I tell you right now, Windows and I were not gonna be the greatest friends in The Sims 4, but I had a little workaround with the octagon shape right here, which works fine as a bay window. And actually I was sort of surprised that I haven't done that before in a build. I never thought about it, to be honest. So yeah, this is where the bay window is gonna be on the left hand side. We do have two more big windows, so it's sort of a tricky build, I think, because of course there are a lot of windows in warmer climate, just to catch a breeze in the summer. And yeah, fiddled around with where everything is going to be and how big the porch is going to be and where the front door is finally located. Tried to match it with the upstairs because the front porch in the picture was covered by the second floor, but it was covered by a balcony and also with the columns. So yeah, this is what we're doing. And then I thought a sliding door would be nice, and of course I couldn't find a matching one. So yeah, I wanted to use the one from Island Living because it looked more like the south, but it didn't fit, so I finally used the modern one. And yeah, so you'll see later we have a red house with a blue door and green windows and yellow and white columns. It's very colorful. But it works in the end. I mean, it has a colorful vibe which matches New Orleans. If you've never been, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful city. I've been there in August of 2013, so it's been a while for me, and I did want to go to the museum because I'm that kind of tourist. I'm very thorough. If I'm in a city, I research beforehand what I can see and what is the must see, and then I basically planned the whole day out, except for one thing, that museums are closed on Monday, so we had a little downtime between breakfast at Café du Monde and lunch, so we just wandered around and I got my fortune read, so out of my palm, and my mom really wanted to touch things in the voodoo store. Like, I don't know why. I told her multiple times not to mess with it. I don't believe in voodoo, but you know, why tempt fate? So yeah, that was sort of my thing. I did go to a bar. It's supposed to be the oldest bar in the US, and I did have a hurricane, and it just was a fun day. So if you've never been, please go. So right now we're on the roofing. I decided that flat roofs matched the picture best, so I tried that. Fiddled around with the octagon shape again. Yeah, me and not building in squares is new. So yeah, it works in the end because there's such a thing as roof trimmings, which I hadn't accounted for. They take space. Actually, in the picture, there was a roof on the first floor, so you have like this little shaded area over the bay window. Like, I don't know really how to describe it. Yeah, but oh, there were chimneys as well. So we do have fireplaces on one side of the house, on the right side. Yeah, and they're trimmings, which, as I said, which made it work. So yeah, and of course the trimmings on the first floor as well. I struggled a bit here with the placing. It wouldn't work. It drove me crazy for a little, but yeah, we finally got it to work. The lot is currently in Willow Creek. I mean, New Orleans is almost a tropical climate, but we don't really have that southern vibe. I mean, we have deserts, we have Sulani, which clearly doesn't match. Like, New Orleans doesn't have beaches. So yeah, I've just pretended Willow Creek is a little warmer than it is. So yeah, stay with me. Right now I just figured out how to do the gate, because in the picture it was one gate, but it doesn't match with the steps and the door, and I couldn't have it. Like, if it wasn't going to be even, like, I can't. So there's two gates there. Right now I'm starting with the greenery. It's the last thing I could take from the picture that I used as inspiration. So yeah, we'll do the front yard first, and we move on to the interior a little later. I also forgot that I can scale things, so I was getting a little frustrated that all the trees were so big, and yeah. Anyway, here we are, and we're just gonna decorate it in those beautiful pinks and reds, and yeah, there, see there, I remembered that I can scale things, and now I got really excited because I was like, hey, this works, I can scale up and down, and the world is my oyster. So yeah, sometimes I have to really remind myself that certain things are a thing in The Sims, like scaling and moving things up and down, and also hotkeys. So when you see me play, you notice that I do a lot of stuff with the mouse instead of with the keyboard, and I'm working on it. Not to forget, also yeah, this bush was also a lot. Yeah, then I tried to scale down and start with the neatly trimmed hedge, which I abandoned because I thought, well, why am I doing this? We don't have the neatest looking edge, but it went a lot quicker, and I did not have the patience to scale down every single thing. Like, that needs to be a thing. If you scale it down once and you keep using it, like, why can't it just stay scaled down? It's really annoying. Yeah, I always forget how I paint the foundation. So you see me struggle with this for way too long until I remember. Yeah, there we go. I think the foundation in the picture was green and matched the windows. I don't know, like, if it just felt off, like all of it felt off when I built it, but when I looked at it in the end, it worked. So I just trusted what I did from the picture. Yeah, so we get to the room layout right now. I did want a back porch as well, so this is definitely not a tiny build. I wanted to have a good space and have a nice gate as well, which wasn't happening, so I just left it open, but the whole lot is fenced in, so neighbors just don't wander on your back porch and your garden, which I hate. I really, really hate when Sims just wander on your property and just start using your stuff. Like, excuse me. So yeah, I wanted to have the stairs in the hallway as well, since this is a thing you see in these old buildings. Yeah, the hallway is gonna get a little bigger to accommodate the stairs, but only the stairs. I made it so the room ends with the staircase, so you have that the closed-in feeling almost. You know, when you enter these really old homes, it's those narrow hallways and there are doors that lead sort of everywhere, so I tried to imitate that. And of course we have a screen door in the back because, well, we're in the south. Well, we're pretending to be in the south. Inside I wanted to have the darker colored doors because I wanted to have dark wood flooring. I think that's realistic. Upstairs is going to be the master bedroom. There's space for wardrobe and a bathroom, and this is the kids' room. That was originally planned as a kids' room. Yeah, I just placed the windows there to get some light in, and I tried to make it interesting. I didn't want a window in the hallway because I wanted to have that dingy feeling. And I was conscious that there's a bathroom downstairs, so we don't need the big old windows. Again, the struggle is real with windows for me. I need help. Seriously. Please help. Yeah. But moving on to the flooring, I did want hardwood floors for the front and back porch, as well as the dark hardwood floors inside. When I lived in the US, I actually lived in I think it was around 100 years old, a house in Connecticut, where basically everything was wooden flooring, even the wraparound porch outside, it was all wood. So I wanted to imitate that. I think it's common in old houses in the US that it's just all wooden. Yeah, so that's what you see right here. We have the kitchen on the left and the sort of informal or family dining room space. And yeah, that's the formal dining room right here where I jumped to, because it was a little easier for me. And we have a pink formal sitting room, because why not? And this old wallpaper in the kitchen, it just reminded me sort of a grandma's house. And yeah, also the same patterned wallpaper that just makes the staircase or the hallway that much narrower. Yeah, we have that, and it's just all French country shotgun styled. So yeah, if you don't like it, I put just a shell version up on the gallery. You can make out of it whatever you want. You can make it super modern, but the fully furnished version is also up on the gallery. When I went through, I had a door that was not there anymore, so yeah, I put in doors and everything that was missing. So yeah, it should be fully functional. I barely used move objects on, just for, I think just for the outside area, just for the garden area, so it shouldn't affect your gameplay. Yeah, I noticed that the space on the left doesn't really work for a kitchen because it just there are just too many windows. So I moved it to the other side and also had the island, a kitchen island there, so you could sit there and have your breakfast. Family can have informal meals there, and we just use the other side then as a dining room area. Also with this turn of the century vibe, there's a grandfather clock. in the end. So you can look forward to this. And yeah, of course, the heavy curtains that collect all the dust. It was a lot of fun building it, and this is actually my first larger building project that I've done. So yeah, I was really enjoying the process as well. So it didn't feel like 2.5 hours when I built it. And we have the sort of simpler chairs right there. I actually found those radiators from the Vampire gameplay pack, which I will place throughout the house because it just gives it that, as I said, turn of the century vibe when people brought the central heating in. Yeah, so we have that as well. And I'm just decorating for now, so we have flowers and more space for the little knickknacks that grandmas love to collect. Yeah, I wanted to put a pantry right there for the good plates and everything. I don't know if they would be there, but my grandma has a cabinet like this just standing in the formal dining room where we all get to sit on Christmas, with the good silverware and the nice plates and everything. I didn't overclutter it, so you have enough space for finished school projects and trophies and whatever, the kids or the grandkids made. So this could also be a home for an elderly couple with a grandchild coming to visit once in a while. So yeah, there's nothing really special about the hallway. I mean, it's a place for your shoes, a place for your coat to hang, and for your umbrella to dry, basically. And that's what I did. I didn't want to overdo it with the whole clutter in this build. Also, to be honest, I never really had the patience. So I have a couple good rooms, and then you see where I sort of lost interest in the build for most things. But I think here I did fine. Originally, I wanted space for 4 Sims, but I kept thinking about how these old houses are laid out, that you have the rooms that you show off to your guests, so like the formal dining room and the formal sitting room and everything, and there are rooms where sort of everything is private, so rooms that you wouldn't take your guests to, like your private living room and the bedrooms and the office space upstairs. So we just end up with one kids room, or as I said, grandkid room. Yeah, so you have a little bathroom downstairs, which I think is important. It's just behind the kitchen, which is really realistic, and also it can be accessed from the porch, which is good. The room there is just clutter space for now, and I moved on to the dining room. The chairs, I wasn't really impressed by the chairs that came up when I put French country living, but I did put those on the porch as sort of a placeholder until the knitting stuff pack comes out. What are we landed on? I think Nifty Knitting it is, because I definitely want rocking chairs on the front porch. Yeah, so you see me try out a couple of styles with the chairs. I don't like having an armrest on all the chairs because I think it's, I don't know, it's sort of a thing for me that only the one on both sides, on both narrow sides of the table, so basically the head of the table, have the armrest. I'm weird like this, but for this build I made an exception. Of course, there's a bar. Like, can't have a formal dining room without a bar. And there are huge paintings because yes, why not? Again with the curtains, and it's literally a green room. There is a fireplace there as well, which I hope works and doesn't burn down the house. And yeah, we move on to what I said is the formal sitting room, which I wanted a piano in, and I thought about the big ass TV, which doesn't end up staying there because it wouldn't match, it wouldn't match the whole vibe for having a formal sitting room where you receive guests. Like we wouldn't have a TV there. If you really want, like I would in the gameplay, I would just close the doors upstairs and the kitchen, I think, for guests, so just only access for household members, and have it private. But yeah, the formal sitting room is of course pink, very French. And as I said, there just needed to be the grand piano in there. I wanted this, but it looked more like concert hall and not really what I wanted, so I chose that one, which I think is fine. And upstairs we move on to the master bedroom, which I quite like the result of it. I really do. So you have the bed, you have a walk-in closet, you have the balcony right there, and which I think needs plants, so feel free. In a second you see me discovering the grandfather clock, which had to go in the kitchen, not in the formal dining room. And then I remembered to put in the radiators, which I had originally planned but forgot because I got lost in which chairs to pick, as you do. And yeah, then just put some wallpaper down in the bathroom as well. It just ended up like halfway tiled, which I think is a thing, or was a thing back then. I don't know. As I said, there's a walk-in closet, and I did want to have the makeup space, but it wouldn't fit, so it wouldn't be really usable, or the balcony wouldn't be usable. So I decided on flowers and softer lighting, and removed the flowers, put in the nightstand lights, and I did put flowers outside. See, I remembered. And also I put lights on the front door. I'm a little all over, I'm sorry. I try to be more consistent in the future with builds, but this is just how it is. I'm a little chaotic. For upstairs, I wouldn't put rocking chairs. I would just put sort of a nice space where you can sit and talk and have a glass of wine. Yeah, I laid down carpets in the hallway. It just was, yeah, I just thought that would sort of match what I had in mind. These old carpets where you always trip and they fold over and everything. So yeah, of course, can't forget about the curtains in the bedroom, and the fan, the air fan. My word, I can't English today. I'm sorry. Yeah, so there's the master bathroom with the clawfoot tub, of course, and I did get a little nod to modern day because there is a shower in there as well, which wouldn't really be there, to be honest. But yeah, you have a shower and it sort of looks a little bit out of place and built in later, and that's on purpose. But as I said, I really like this build. I'm really proud of myself, if I do say so myself. So for now, we move on to what would be the child's bedroom, and I did want that sofa right there because I like that so far. It doesn't quite match the rest of the furniture, but I needed it there. Yeah, then I had some trouble with the bathroom in the middle because I didn't want it that big as I originally planned, and when I didn't have it as big, it didn't make sense because then you have that other room that sort of wraps around the bathroom, or you remove the door and the wall, and it just becomes that weirdly shaped room where you want to fit a bed, but you also would receive guests, and if you receive guests, like, there can't be a bed. And then I wanted to put the bed in this narrow hallway, which would just be maddening. So yeah, I made that room bigger, moved the bathroom a little further down, and opened up that space, and also decided that this is gonna be the private living room of the family, so there wouldn't be guests up there. And this is where the child would then sleep, and has an ensuite bathroom, which I think works. So we have a bathroom for the adults, a bathroom for the child, and we have sort of a shared bathroom downstairs, which can also be used by guests, which just makes sense. I mean, it's a little luxurious. I think we come out around 135k simoleons for this build, but I mean, it's realistic. That works, I think. With the desk there, I hope. I don't know if I moved it around. Oh, and I wanted to have that creepy little bat plushie there because I just thought it was super funny. So yeah, it's a room for a child or a teen, and we have a office space for an adult with a modern computer, and again with the bookcase. And I think that's it. I think that's all we put in, just the lamps. And then we have a little more skill building in the sort of formal, no, not the formal, the private living room. And I mean, it works. So as I said, the big TV is gone, the smaller one, and you have that cozy little nook right there where you can watch TV. And then you have also a space to play games, because I think that's sort of important to have in an old house. Like, you do not just have space for TV. You would actually sit down in the evening with a game of cards, or Don't Wake the Llama. And yeah, again, a bookcase just for skill building. And yeah, we move on to the outside, which of course is a barbecue. I mean, we're pretending to be in the south, so we might as well have a barbecue right there, and an outside area that seats 6. The little bench so you can look on to the fountain and just have a really nice time with your neighbors. And there's also more counter space outside, which is made of stone, so it's a little more modern, but I just think the normal counters that we would have inside just won't work. So you have your barbecue sauce right there and your utensils right next to it. So now it's just the little details that we put in. I did want a hot tub on the porch, and this build does have a hot tub. It has, I think, the anniversary one I put down. Wouldn't fit, so I put it on the right hand side. You have the bird feeder and the wishing well and a couple of plants on the outside, just, you know, the gardening area for grandma or mom or dad, you know. And yeah, so that's basically everything that there is to it. I did add a little more greenery around, so it has that lush look, I would say. I think I again forgot that I can scale these. But you know, live and learn. And as I said, the whole build can be found on the gallery. Just look for Simsalaiza and you can download it and play with it, and I hope you have loads of fun with it, because I had a really good time just building it and imagining the family that would live there. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. We do a little walkthrough. Unfortunately, it's winter. Please just ignore the snow. We're gonna pretend it's not. Yeah. So on the left hand side you have the porch, which I said there will be rocking chairs as soon as the knitting stuff pack comes out. Okay, let's have a look inside. So you walk in through that beautiful front door into the little narrow hallway. You have your shoe racks right there and your coat hanger right there, and the staircase and all the doors leading to the different rooms. And we start our tour with the kitchen. So yeah, here it is, all in green, and you have your drying flowers right there, and you have your island and all the little knickknacks. So the backsplash, of course, and the grandfather clock, which we're way too close right now. But here it is, and there is the view into the family dining space. And yeah, so we'll move on again through the door, like we would walk for real, into the formal sitting room. So here you can receive guests and have your little music concertos and light a fire in the winter and probably celebrate Winterfest right here. There's of course space over the mantelpiece for the family picture, or whatever you want to put up there, maybe just you in a pile of money, I don't know. So we move back through the hallway, and like on the left hand side of the stairs, which I tried to simulate, it was a little hard. We have the area that leads to the back porch with the washing board and the broom and everything. And we will continue to the bathroom on the ground floor, which is right here. So you have a full bathroom and a medicine cabinet. It's for everyone to share should the space upstairs be occupied. And yeah, right there behind the kitchen island is the formal dining room with the fireplace and the bar, and it, as I said, it seats 8. I don't know why one of the chairs disappeared. The version on the gallery should have 8 chairs. As I said, I don't know why it's not there. So we're moving on right now through the wall, actually. Just having a last look at our really nice dining room. And we go back, view into the kitchen and through the outside, which would be really nice, wouldn't it be snowing? So yeah, you have your hot tub and barbecue area right here to the right. So you see, everything is nicely fenced in, no neighbors walking around your grounds. You have your flower area. On the other side, I mean, you probably could just plant stuff there if you'd wanted. I thought that would be nicer. You have the wishing well, and right there are the monkey bars and the view into the front yard. So we'll go back in and upstairs. So we move right through the wall and through the kitchen area like no one's business, and then I try and move on up the stairs. So hang on, give me a second. We'll be right upstairs, right here in the other hallway, which looks exactly like the one downstairs, except for, of course, the carpet. And we'll start here with the bedroom. So we do a 180-degree turn and go into the master bedroom, which also has the balcony, which just looks really pretty. I'm super proud that I placed radiators in the room. I did leave them in the end in the bedroom just for continuity. And yeah, through here we have the master bathroom with shower and the cloth for the tub. Also, there is the sink and the toilet right there. I did place a mirror. I noticed in the walkthrough that there wasn't one, but I did place it, so everything should be correct, as I said. Right now we're moving in the private living room. So you have the little TV nook and the playing table, also the easel for some painting. So just a lot of skill building going on in this room. There's a bookcase and there's also the chess table. I will just have a lovely view of this sofa in the bay window and TV and the cuddly rug. So I think there should be enough space for workout. And yeah, now we move on down the hallway to the right. There is a kids' room, which is also pretty pink, but then has the goth elements, which I really enjoy. You have some skill building, the little violin right there, and a journal, and the wardrobe all the way back there in the corner. And there's the little bathroom, which isn't quite that little, with a tub and shower. And yeah, we move on to the last room, which is the office, which has a modern computer and a bookcase for studying. So yeah, so we end this video with an aerial snowy view of the New Orleans build. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!